Hi, I'm Dr. Lisa Thompson of drlisamthompson.com, and in today's video, I'm going to talk to you about the 90-day phenomenon that can happen to you as you're going in and building your network marketing business and what to do to avoid falling into the trap if you are experiencing this. Now, I learned this going through Grant Cardone's sales fundamental training inside of Cardone University, where he talks about this 90-day phenomenon that salespeople go through. So in the first 90 days, people in sales, they wind up doing very, very well. They're on point, they're making contacts, and they are really getting a lot of results. But then after 90 days, the production drops off. And what they found is, a lot of managers thought, well, they're just being kind of lazy. They had fast track to success. That's the big reason. But what Grant found is with the 90-day phenomenon, it occurs when all of a sudden you lose your spark and passion for the product or your service or the company you're promoting, and your eye begins to wander. So how do you get over that belief, where you feel that you have a limiting belief about the product that is making you not want to go out and sell it? So maybe after 90 days, what Grant discovered is sometimes when salesmen are out there and they're talking to prospects, they're talking to clients can wind up giving out objections. They can wind up telling them things that make salespeople begin to doubt the product and their belief in the product. So that can happen to you in your network marketing business. Maybe you're someone in the first 90 days, you're having a hard time selling your product. Because as you're talking to your prospects and your leads, they're probably telling you things that are making you begin to self-doubt or objections, or they have a preconceived belief about, the company or the industry or the product. Or maybe if you approach these people in the past, they're your burnt market and they're really teasing you about it. It can really hit your belief level. And your enthusiasm for wanting to promote the product drops. So what do we do? What do we do at that point? Well, first, you have to sit and think about who is the person you want to become. You've got to have a real big vision of who you want to be. And that vision has to pull you. You also, secondly, have to have a clear idea of who your perfect prospect is. That is the ideal candidate for your product. And you also want to have an ideal person who would be the most ideal rep in building your business. Sometimes you can get a combination of both and create an avatar that if someone who is really passionate, whether it's in healthcare or the health and wellness industry or the travel industry, and they also want to build a business. So you can combine and try to find that perfect prospect. You got to be really clear about that. You also have to be very clear why you're with this company. Why are you promoting this product? And this is where you have to have your story here and your emotions, because people buy on emotion first. So what was it about this particular product, this particular company that inspired you, that hit you emotionally, that resonated with you, that made you want to not only consume the product, but you wanted to promote the product? So you have to reconnect to that. And if you're someone who's not using your product, you're really putting yourself at a serious disadvantage, because people are not going to trust you. Because if you're using the product, you have a story behind that product and you can tell that story. I remember when we were buying our cars, my husband and I are loyal Nissan owners. We have owned Nissans since 1993. And so as we were shopping around for Nissans, one of the things I remember with our salesperson that attracted us to the product was its safety features. And he was telling a story how he had, the first car I purchased was a Nissan Sentra. And he was sharing the story of how his family was able to walk away from a car accident in a Nissan Sentra. So that resonated with my story of I wanted a car that was safe to drive. So that's an example of a salesperson using the product, and he had an unfortunate experience, but the car did what it was supposed to do, and that was the tipping point for me to use the product. So you have to come up with this why. All right, you have to have a why of what was the emotional component that tied you in to buying the product, using the product, and then promoting the product. Okay, and you have to remind yourself of that. You have to be tapping into a vision of who you want to become and who you want to help. Okay, and when you have that in place, so if you start to see after 90 days your production starting to wane a little bit, or you're not feeling that you want to go out and prospect, or your eye starts to wander thinking there's greener pastures available, you have to sit back and really clarify, because the 90-day phenomena comes in here with you. And if you're seeing, where you're getting influenced, easily influenced by the perceptions of others and what they're telling you, especially your prospects, now you have to sit down and write down what they're telling you. Okay, we talked about that in a previous video. Write down what they're telling you and see if there's a way that you can overcome those objections through the use of stories. Okay, and you can maybe go in and find stories of people who had the same objection that your prospect had with your product, and then you can use that to answer and overcome an objection. So there you have it, my friends. I hope you got value from this video today. If you did, leave a comment and share. And if you're not on my newsletter, go to workwithdrlisathompson.com, put in your best email address, and you will be notified, because every time I'm going through Cardone University and I'm learning these sales techniques from Grant, I'm going to be taking all my notes from what I'm learning, and I'm going to put it into either a video format or a blog post, and you will be notified when I have those notes available. So if you get on my newsletter, I will send them right out to you the minute I have them uploaded. Okay, so thanks for watching. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next video.